Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather.
Good morning. It is Thursday, December 30th, 2021.
Now.
This is Liz Fernay, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Okay, let's get this done. The Daily News Brief will not be produced tomorrow or Monday, so we can ring in the new year as best we can. But we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? Anne Arundel County Police are investigating the killing of a man who was shot yesterday in his Glen Burnie apartment building. Officers responded to several reports of shots fired around 12:40 p.m. at the 400 block of Hideaway Loop and discovered a man who suffered gunshot injuries. This is an ongoing investigation. A whistleblower filed a complaint with the Office of the Inspector General for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, alleging Maryland health officials failed to alert hundreds of patients of potentially spoiled vaccines. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention has advised the state health department to revaccinate the patients who may have gotten ineffective doses, according to emails obtained by the Baltimore Sun. A Maryland Department of Health spokesman said the agency planned to notify vaccine recipients by this week of their need for another shot. It is not clear when the department notified the CDC, but the shots were administered between July and September. And Maryland unfortunately broke its COVID-19 numbers yesterday with 10,873 new cases. There were 2,046 Marylanders hospitalized with COVID yesterday, more than any other point during the pandemic. This hospitalization rate has forced hospitals to suspend elective surgeries. Governor Hogan advised in a statement to get vaccinated and get boosted, as well as committing $100 million for hospitals and nursing homes to address urgent staffing needs. Almost 48,000 in Maryland, or roughly 1 in every 125 Marylanders, have tested positive for COVID since December 23rd. Yesterday, Anne Arundel County Public Schools Superintendent Arlotto released a statement regarding the return to school in the new year. All students and teachers will be returning to school with some new guidance. Following the CDC, those who test positive for COVID-19 will need to isolate for 5 days and must be symptom-free or have symptoms resolving before returning. There is no early test-out option. They will continue the vaccination or test program for employees and student-athletes. The definition of outbreak has also changed. In all school settings, a classroom or cohort outbreak is now defined as 3 or more laboratory-confirmed positive cases in a class or cohort in a 14-day period. Be sure to check out eyeonannapolis.net tomorrow at about 10:30 a.m. We will have a list of the top 15 news stories of the years, and it's really interesting. And spoiler, it is not about COVID. Also, one story that didn't make it but really should have. Well, we know the New Year's Eve festivities have been canceled, but reminder, there will still be the family fireworks show at 5:30 p.m., as well as the midnight round of fireworks. If you do decide to head down to City Dock, make sure to bring your mask and vaccination card, as vendors are expected to ask for both. And that's it for the news today. But first, a quick thank you to the sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: the Hospice of the Chesapeake, Solar Energy Services, and the Kristi Neidhardt Team in Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with your Maker Minutes, and of course, George from DC MDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather. All that gets underway in just a bit, but before that, we, John and me, wish you all a very happy and safe new year. That's it from the New York studio, and we'll be back on Tuesday in Annapolis in 2022. Now hang tight.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be, so you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, December 30th. Yesterday brought a bit more of some much-needed rain to the Annapolis region after a very dry stretch from about mid-November into late December, and we'll see more rain chances today and again this weekend, along with more much above-average temps to close out 2021 and kick off 2022. Look for highs today in the mid-50s with some additional rain possible ahead of a comfortable day tomorrow to close out 2021 with mostly cloudy but dry skies and temps near 60 degrees. 4 p.m. highs, with then 65 to 70 plus degrees on tap for p.m. highs Saturday and 60 plus degrees again on Sunday, with a chance of additional rain each day to kick off the new year before a cold front moves through and much colder, more seasonable temps move into place Monday, along with a return of sunshine, as highs only top out around 40 degrees Monday and maybe mid to upper 40s on Tuesday, with early January average highs in the 43 to 46 degree range across the entire Mid-Atlantic region. Okay, that's it for today and for this year, as we'll be off tomorrow through Monday, with a return to the daily news brief starting next Tuesday. This is George Young of DC MDVA Weather. Make it a great day today and tomorrow to round out 2021 and enjoy the weekend ahead as we get 2022 started. And as always, do all you can to stay healthy and be safe. Thank you for supporting and following DC MDVA Weather over the past year and now into the next. Best wishes to everyone in the Annapolis region and beyond for much health, happiness, and success, and maybe possibly even an inch or two of snow in 2022.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Quiet Waters Park, now through Monday is your last chance to check out their Form and Fabric Art Show, Gifts of the Season, with lots of great local art for sale. Also wrapping up is Lights on the Bay. This is their final weekend. Lights on the Bay is a massive benefit for the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, which is not the same as the ASPCA and can use all the local love and support they can get. At Wolf on the Wharf in Edgewater, starting on Christmas Day and running through the end of January, they're having a Paint Your Pet contest for kids 8 through 14. Paint your own pet or a shelter pet and help raise awareness for homeless animals. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, registration is open and filling up quickly for a bunch of workshops coming up in January and February, including Toft Crochet Animals, Shawl Knitting, Knit a Vest, Learn to Knit Socks, and Learn to Knit a Gambit Cardi Sweater. At Art Farm in Annapolis, their winter semester is starting. On Tuesday, their virtual beginner drawing class starts their 4-week run, and registration is open for their other winter semester classes, some starting in January and some in February, and running through March, with classes such as kids drawing, figure drawing, graphic design, first exposure photography, 3D sculpture, teen beginner photography, kids beginner painting, block printing, video game concept art, botanical drawing, and batik. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, in addition to all their regular story times for kids, book clubs, and trivia nights, on Tuesday, check out the Bush Annapolis Library with their New Year's origami. On Wednesday, there's SoCo Knits virtually online. Also on Wednesday, Brooklyn Park is having a crafternoon, and the Maryland City Library is doing Let's Explore Wind. And also check out the American Red Cross Blood Drive today at the Edgewater Library, vaccination clinics on Monday at the Brooklyn Park Library as well as the Deal Library, and another one at the Maryland City Library on Tuesday. And at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday, there's our monthly Autodesk Fusion 360 3D design workshop online with Russ. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Because love is what moves us. This holiday season, I'm hoping to encourage you to think of things a little bit differently. Instead of focusing on buying presents, be present. Instead of wrapping gifts, wrap someone in a hug. Instead of sending gifts, send peace. Instead of seeing lights, be the light. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt. If your dream for 2022 is a new place to call home, give yourself the gift of planning ahead. We are taking appointments between now and the end of January for people wanting to put their homes on the market this spring. Give us a call and take the first step in making the dream of your next home come true.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-599-1370 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's are wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.